So my first MMO was Elder Scrolls Online. Um, I did not know it was an MMO at the time, or to be more specific, I didn't know what an MMO was. And honestly, if someone had told me, I wouldn't have fucking played it. But I tried ESO because I was a Skyrim fanboy, as was any or everyone at the time. I think that game came out in like 2014. I was still in high school. And I played it on the PlayStation. I was not a PC gamer, could not afford a PC, so I had a PS4, and that's what I played it on. Um, yeah, so I played that game. Initially, I tried it out, and I was expecting it to be Skyrim with friends. It was not at all. It was like a weird, grindy, shitty, fucking hellhole. Um, I remember like running around the world mining ore, but the ore looked weird. All the armor looked terrible. The combat was all floaty and jank, and it just wasn't a good time. But I played through anyways because I really liked Wood Elves at the time, and the concept art for the Wood Elf race armor was cool. So played through, got that, like Rubedite, Wood Elf armor, and then I stopped playing. One Tamriel comes out, all of a sudden I'm back on it again with the white vans. This time I did know what an MMO was a little bit more because I had just talked to people about it and I was bored. So at this time, my social life was kind of taking a bit of a hit. For health reasons, I had decided to stop drinking and consequently kind of stop going out. So I didn't have much to do and I kind of came back to video games. I never really stopped, but up to that point, I was just playing through Skyrim again over and over. Like occasionally I would do a playthrough of Pokemon or something like that, some sort of random thing, or like Destiny was a thing for me for a while. Then I came back and won Tamriel, tried it out again. And for whatever reason it clicked and I got hooked. That was first MMO. So that was where the drug kind of got into my system, unfortunately. It ruined me. I played that game for like 7 or 8 years, dude. Like I played it non-stop, had thousands of hours on PlayStation, was PvPing my balls off. That was all I really did. And then I built a PC, put another fucking probably like 1,500 to 2,000 hours in on PC. And then I hit the wall, like hard hit the wall. And I think for Elder Scrolls specifically, it was that the patch cycle became so predictable and repetitive and boring. And it felt like I was getting the same content over and over and over again with just like a fresh paint job. It was like buying the same car in different colors every few years, basically. And like initially that's exciting, you know. I mean, there were some good ones in there, like Elsewhere was a fucking banger. Somerset was pretty good. And then I liked Morrowind because the Dark Elves are dope. But anyways, I'm not going to go down too much of a tangent. So I burned out and started looking for a new MMO to fill the void. And I was a sweet summer child. So unbeknownst to me, I've been playing a very casual MMO. I didn't know that. I thought it was like a pretty grindy game because I'm not used to MMOs. And I had to like grind out sets. Like every 3 months, the game rebalances and you have to go get new sets. Then I played Lost Ark. And you know, I'm one of those weirdos actually like the story in Lost Ark. I enjoy playing through the campaign. But then I remember I got to tier 3 and the grind to hit 1370 was brutal. But I did it. And killed that reindeer I don't remember what his name was. Anyways, and then Bolton comes out and I'm told that I have to get to like 14, 15 or something. I was like, holy fucking shit. So I start doing this and I got like every title associated with bad upgrade luck, because in that game you have RNG upgrades on your gear. And I fucking rage quit. And that was my first long break from MMOs. And this game fucked me up bad. And by fuck me up bad, I mean I went from playing that game to, as like a 20-something-year-old man, fucking my ass just stopped using my PC. Like I was playing fucking Pokemon on the couch on my Switch. And that's the type of gamer I was for a while. And I didn't intend to quit either. I like was like, oh, I'm gonna take a break. Like I'm tired of dailies because that game was so daily intensive. So I take the break, and then freaking Monster Hunter Rise comes out. So if you don't know this about me, Monster Hunter, I started playing with World, and it instantly became my hands down #1 favorite fucking series of all time. Like goated status, Hall of Fame. My affection for it is up there with Pokemon, and Pokemon has childhood nostalgia on its side. So Rise comes out, and at that point it's like, no fucking way I'm going back to play Lost Ark, dude. Hell no. So I played through Rise, and at this point it's been like 6 months or something since I played Lost Ark, and this was intended to be like maybe a 3-week to a month-long break of just like, I'm tired of dailies. This is just taking up too much of my time. And I had the MMO spell had been broken. And then one day I got the itch. So I go back, but this time I play World of Warcraft. I never played World of Warcraft growing up. I think Shadowlands was the expansion at the time, and I promise I was well aware that everyone hated it, but I was bored, so I played it. Didn't really mind it. I played Enhancement Shaman. It was okay. I think Dragonflight was about to come out, and I was kind of like getting into the game, trying to figure things out before that expansion came out. So I like grinded out some cool transmogs, but Dragonflight came out, and I was really about it for a little while. The dragon flying was fun, but yeah, I mean, I don't really know why I fell off with that game. Actually, that's a lie. Yeah, I do. So I raided, I did some normal raiding, then I did some heroic raiding. I didn't want to bother with mythic because just life schedule is crazy, and I don't really want to have a set schedule / raid night prog thing, which I understand is necessary. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. But for me personally, I didn't want to have a raid static. Like, I don't want to have to fucking be like, sorry, fucking fiance or real life friends, I can't go out to dinner tonight. I have to raid. And I can't say no to my raid, my video game, my hobby. Like, I have assigned time I have to be on there. It's just not it for me. Or like for me, like sometimes time zones and stuff, like say there's like a swell coming through and fucking it's surfable, and I'm looking at my fucking phone and I see that there's waves during raid time. I don't care how angry Raid League gets, I'm going. Like, I'm gone. So yeah, just doesn't work. But what ultimately got me with that game was the moment I realized that the hamster wheel for that game felt very similar to the hamster wheel for Lost Ark, which felt pretty similar to the hamster wheel for Elder Scrolls Online. So I quit. And then I went on to try Guild Wars 2. I went on to try Albion. I went on to try Final Fantasy. And Final Fantasy, I really liked, but I really liked it for the wrong reasons. Or not the wrong reasons, but I didn't like it as an MMO. I liked it as an RPG. I binged through the story, loved the fucking story, all the way through Endwalker. Wasn't really vibing with Zero and that whole storyline with the Void and stuff. I mean, it was kind of cool because I've been curious about the Void for a while, but I was more so just like, because I came in late and like Endwalker had been out for a bit, but I just wasn't really liking it. I think part of it was I was just bummed out that the whole Endwalker saga was over and wasn't really able to muster any interest for what came after. So I ended up trying some raids and stuff, but it was just the same old MMO shit. So I stopped playing. And then Black Desert was the one game that felt radically different. I had never played a sandbox MMO. So like Black Desert, I'm out here, I'm solo grinding. I feel like a lone swordsman, like super weeb. You can see freaking the Demon Slayer shit and Jujutsu Kaisen and stuff. Like, I'm a bit of a weeb. So you give me a class with katanas and a straw hat, it's game over for me. I'm hooked. I played Awakening Ninja. And I was out there grinding, trying to get my gear up, and just open world PvP. And there's these dudes with like 700 gear score, and I'm a little Tuvala Timmy, but we're rolling deep trying to fight people on different grind spots, and it was radically different from anything I played. So that was the next MMO that kept me for 1,000+ hours after ESO. And eventually I got bored because it's the same old shit. Like, that game doesn't add any new content. They just rebalance things and like introduce little items, and then everyone's like, oh yeah, like new patch, a bunch of changes, but like don't add new content. So I got bored. And I'm not like, I mean, shit, 1,000 hours of gameplay for a game to give you is a good amount of content. Like, I'm not trying to shit on BDO necessarily. They also kind of killed open world PvP, which was the content for me. So anyways, I stopped playing that. And since I stopped playing that, I haven't played MMOs. I've been playing a lot of turn-based pixel RPGs and like just, yeah, RPGs. And Monster Hunter, replaying Monster Hunter. I'm always replaying Monster Hunter, but yeah. And I think all of this comes back to one thing for me, and this is again a matter of personal opinion, but why I kind of have gotten pretty tired and exhausted with MMOs is that no one innovates in the genre. They all kind of copy each other's homework to a degree, BDO being the exception. They just fucking eat crayons in the corner and don't really know what the fuck's going on, but like somehow at the beginning of the game's inception made a good framework, and they're just slowly fucking it up year over year. But everyone else is copying each other's homework, and yeah, that's just kind of like, no matter, I lost the motivation to play because I know no matter which game I run to, I've tried Throne and Liberty, but it, like, I could immediately just see the hamster wheel before me and was like not about it. I know they have good open world PvP game or gameplay, but also the amount of dailies and the combat being fucking terrible, I just wasn't, it wasn't happening. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of my issue, I think, is when a new MMO comes out or trying a new MMO, it's no longer exciting because I just, like, I know no matter what they throw at me, I've probably seen it before and I'm already bored. Like, I see a new system and I'm bored with it before I even try it half the time, and that fucking blows. So I'm stepping away for a while. And I think I initially was like, maybe gaming's not for me anymore. And I was kind of bummed out about this because it's been such a big part of my life for so long. But then I started playing other genres. Like, I think for a while I had like the MMO brain rot where nothing could hold my attention because it's like, gotta grind, dude. I gotta make progress. Also, like, why would I play a single player game? That's fucking lame. And eventually I got over that and I started playing games that everyone had been talking about. Like, I tried Core Keeper. That was really fucking good. Played Blasphemy. That was fucking an experience. Actually went through and started playing V Rising. It's pretty badass, man. And then Path of Exile 2 came out, which just fucked. Like, that game fucks. Also, I'm a Warhammer fan. And Space Marine 2 came out, which slapped so hard. So hard. That's so good. So, yeah, there's not really a point to this video. I'm just kind of talking about why I burned out on MMOs and how that kind of caused me to feel like gaming was just, I'd outgrown it. But no, I hadn't, and gaming still fucking is the tits. I just was really bogged down in the genre of choice and was addicted to games that were never changing. So there's like trying to get a high off something that was like not ever increasing in strength. It's fucking junky behavior. Anyways, that's all for me, guys. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Peace.